We are in Phasmo. Uh, we have absolutely no stuff really. We did actually get a few things playing with my significant other, but for the most part, we have no stuff. And we are going to go ahead and see what starting from zero is like. I do have a pretty pink badge, though, which I absolutely love. Um, so if, like me, you have started from zero, either because it's your first time playing the game or you've hit a reset, one of the things that you really should look at is your weekly challenges and your daily challenges. As you can see here, I've got some daily tasks. They're a little hard to see when you pick up this clipboard, but all of these daily tasks, they are somewhere between 150. They um, when you play a game, especially if you're first starting, you're going to get somewhere between like 300 and 1,000, depending on your difficulty. So having these little bits is going to matter. When you are leveling in Phasmo, it is exponential. So your first level is only a couple XP, and your last level, level 100, is like 5 or 6,000 XP. It takes quite a bit. Your weeklies have a similar thing. They're going to take longer. I'm kind of hoping we might get at least one of these done today, maybe the perfect investigations. And then finally, down here at the bottom, if you can see it there, um, that is the weekly challenge. You're going to go into challenge mode over here. Challenge mode. You're going to go over here to challenge mode. Um, it's going to be 5,000, but you have to do it 3 times. And there's a specific map that you have to do it on. And I think that's actually what we're going to try and do today. This is paranormal paparazzi. You got cameras, lights, and sound. Find what ghost type. Um, I loaded in here real quick earlier to get a good idea of what it is, and it is in fact you are missing most of your, or you're missing a lot of your equipment. You're especially missing anything that would stop the ghost from hunting or help you, which is kind of my weak area. So we're gonna have fun. If I die, I die. That happens. One of the great things about challenge mode is that you're not using your own stuff. They load the truck for you. So it's a great time to practice looping, depending on what the challenge is. We're going to go there. Because they load the truck for you, if you die, you do not lose your stuff since they're applying it for you. It is only a 1 times multiplier, which is not super great. Hearts to you as well. It's a 1 times multiplier, which isn't super great, but what you really want is that 5,000. Again, if you look at my level down here, if I succeed in this challenge, I'm going to rock it up. I'll probably go up to almost level 15 by the time I'm done. All right, let's get on started. Let's see if we can do this challenge. There we are. Uh, Perfect. So as you can see here, I've got a camera so we can get ghost orbs. Ooh, I have level 1 dots. We do not like them. Uh, but we are we're gonna make do with what we have. I find it really interesting that they do the writing book here because it's not really a camera thing, but I guess it might be that they're going for like a production, a Hollywood kind of thing. So I guess that kind of works. But that means ghost orbs. We've got dots. We've got ghost writing, and we have spirit box. We have UV as well. We have most of the evidences actually. That's pretty awesome. Camera for checking for things like phantom. Surgeon simulator. Oh, yeah. Um, let's see, we've got light, perfect. We've got sound sensors. We are playing on Bleedsdale. So for those of you who are not familiar, Bleedsdale is the bigger farmhouse. It's got, I think, about 10 more rooms than Grafton does, including a huge attic that is all one room. Without an EMF and uh, without a thermo, it's going to be actually kind of hard to find this ghost. I think I'm going to wander around and really hope that I've got ghost orbs or that it does something. Um, I also see that I don't have smudge sticks, which is unfortunate, and I don't have crucifixes, which means once we get down into that 50, if I haven't figured out the ghost, we're probably going to be dealing with hunts. Uh, so we'll see what happens. And then I do have perfect. Do have a tier 2 head cam, which means that I don't actually need to bring my flashlight. Oh, and we have the EMF reader. Well, we have the activity monitor. For those of you who didn't see my last video, the activity monitor is it does show EMF, but they made some changes so that it really like I'm gonna say the wrong word. I want to say obfuscates. I can't say it. It's supposed to confuse you. So when the activity monitor is showing a value, that value can be plus or minus. I want to say one, but I think it actually can be up to like two even. So if you are seeing an EMF 2 uh, on your EMF reader, it could show you activity 3 or activity 1 so that it's harder to spot EMF 5. However, this does give us at least a chance to see EMF, which means hitting J, go into my evidence, uh, which means that I can see one, two, three, four, five of the evidences, almost six, and then freezing temps. That is actually pretty good. Oh, you did some Google. Okay, tell me, Atomic. I'm ready. Life and death. All right, perfect. Yeah. When I'm off stream, I will go ahead and maybe take a look at it. I've actually been watching a lot of Andy Havoc play again. Sorry to keep plugging him. He's been doing a lot of older retro games though. Like he was playing Star Fox 64, and it was a ton of fun to just kind of watch. So I'm actually starting to feel a little bit on checking out some of the older games too. Yeah. So with this EMF activity monitor here, oh, I just got a message, and not something I have to worry about. Okay, perfect. Um, okay. I still might check it out though. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything that really like terrified them as a kid? Like wouldn't normally terrify you? I feel like I'm terrified of almost everything, and that comes a lot from a kid. It's just being a kid. Yeah. Okay. And then we don't actually care about these, so we're gonna go on in. Let's see. Let's take a camera, because that's gonna help. A photo camera, sorry. Let's take a UV just in case it touches stuff. Um, and then what do I want to take for my third thing? I think we're gonna go ahead and take Spirit Box, just to get it out of the way really early on. Uh, Now, because I do not have, hold on. Oh my gosh, yes, the Mario screams. Hemoglobin says, just falling into the holes the Mario scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. Yeah, the Mario screams when he jumps up and you just die. I feel that. Um, because I do not have uh, smudge sticks or crucifixes or anything, I really need to manage my sanity really well, which means I'm going to dash straight for the breaker. However, since we're dealing with Bleedsdale, I can actually go over to this side of the building, and there's going to be another entrance. And it happens to be an entrance that can be right next to a breaker spot. So that's where I'm going to go on in. It does not appear that I've got a breaker there. Let's see if I can go find another one. And as we're going, again, since we don't have an EMF or anything, we're going to take this time to... am I going to have a breaker right there? I am. Okay, this makes my life so much easier. Um, since I don't have a breaker, or I do have a breaker, excuse me. Since I don't have an EMF and I don't have uh, a thermometer, I'm going to be really looking at my screen and seeing if I can catch like a ghost orb or something. I'm also going to be really listening. I'm curious to know what cursed item we have, and I actually don't play Bleedsdale all that much, so I don't know where they all are. So again, as we are moving through here, and I am sorry I'm focusing a little bit. As we're moving through here, I'm going to turn on some lights as I go, just so that I can kind of keep hold of my sanity. Because again, I don't want it to get to a point where it could hunt when I'm not ready for it. I'm also looking to see if there's anything out of place. Um, I don't want to turn on all the lights because I don't want to break the thing. Um, Actually, getting a ghost event really early on would be really good. Um, and then the other thing that I want to see is like if the ghost turns on a light or touches a door, anything like that. I think the main difficulty in this challenge right now is just finding that ghost without our usual means of doing so. Um, hmm. Uh, okay. So as I mentioned before, there is this really big attic up here. I'm gonna really hope that it is not an attic ghost. Um, I don't think we're gonna get lucky with it being ghost orbs. Hmm. So far we've kind of gone through. We haven't seen too much out of place. We're really just kind of waiting on the ghost to show itself. Mhm. Hello, ghosty, ghosty. Are there any ghosties in here? Any ghosties? Hmm. Oh, so that here, there we go. That is good for us. The fact that it just did cold breath, I think I'm gonna stand here to see if it does it here or if it's the hallway, but I think it's the bathroom here. Now, with challenge modes, they don't tell you all the settings that they have. It is okay. I'm seeing cold breath here. So it is possible that the ghost could roam or something like that. I'm gonna really hope that it's not because finding it was difficult in the first place. And we're gonna see. I think I just heard it do the tour. I'm not seeing a ghost orb. Uh, can I put this here? Yeah, but it's a terrible idea. Why would you? Here we go. So to set your camera, by the way, you can hit F, and then it puts up this little image of it, and you can just kind of rotate your mouse until it's where you want it. Let's see if we have. Okay. No. So I'm going to explain a few things about finding the ghost here once I head to the truck. And if you didn't see it, it just chucked shampoo at us, which was really funny. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head down to the truck. This is another exit. Perfect. So freezing breath used to indicate an evidence, which was the freezing temperatures. They changed that, especially to get away to. Ooh, okay. They changed that especially to get a way to be able to kind of find the ghost, another way to do that. So now when you see your breath, that just means that the room that you're in is very cold. If you've got the breaker on, all the rooms are getting warmer except for the room that the ghost is in. Um, After a while, it has to be a room that the ghost has been in a while. Uh, for it to be cold. So I'm going to guess it's the bathroom. This, by the way, folks, this is likely EMF 5. I'm not going to click it just yet. I'm going to see what other evidence I can find. But because I'm seeing these spikes that are like 5 or 6, especially without seeing a ghost event, um, there's a good chance I'm dealing with an EMF 5 ghost. Um, Again, this activity monitor, though, it is not always the most precise, and so I'm not going to immediately jump to it until I've got a better idea of what I might be dealing with. Oh, we have these low-level writing books, which is not great. We have the dots that we're going to bring on in there, and then I think I'm going to bring this camera just in case. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, I am so happy to see that. Dirty water is not ideal. We don't really like dirty water. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop this book here as well, and drop this camera. And we want to see if he's touched the door yet. No, has not touched the door. All right, we're gonna go ahead and you can take a photo of dirty water, by the way. Um, it is no longer a terrible photo. It's just a 3-star. If you are fast enough, you can also get an interaction photo off of it, but definitely double check before you do. Sorry, what I mean is definitely double check your photos to see if you got an interaction or dirty water before you take a second photo, so that you don't waste your photos on accident. All right. So we actually just got a really huge piece of evidence. We got dots while we were holding the dots, which is a new and pretty interesting thing that can happen. So dots used to be just a thing that you set on the ground. They're what the tier 2 dots are now. And then the ghost would uh, randomly decide that it wanted to interact with that and it would play a special animation. You would see like a ghost dash across it or whatever. That is no longer how dots work. Dots now, when the ghost is moving around, it has a chance to enter dots mode if it is a dots ghost, at which point, if you're shining dots on it, you will see an outline of it. Similar to a ghost event, but not to be confused with a ghost event. Um, the other thing is, when you are holding dots, the ghost has a chance to decide it wants to roam towards you so that you see this spectral image kind of coming towards you. It can be a little startling. That's what happened to us there. I was holding the dots. The ghost triggered, decided to roam to me to activate the dots. And that's why it left the room. And I caught just a really cool photo there. Or not photo, but I got a really cool moment. And I love that. All right. Um, at this point, because we're dealing with sort of a semi no challenge, evidence challenge, we get to start eliminating some things. Did not see Ghost Orb. I haven't seen it, or I haven't confirmed that it's touched that door yet, so I'm not ready to mark off Ultraviolet. Uh, and I'm not quite ready to mark off Spirit Box, but I have a guess that it's probably not a Spirit Box. I can go ahead and say it is not a Goryo because we saw dots with our eyes. Uh, oh, hey, Gaming's here. Hello there. My stream is going really well. It's really great to see you. Gaming is another content creator here. Um, I popped into his stream the other day. He was playing Spider-Man 2, I think it was. And Spider-Man 2 is set in New York. And so Alm was kind of going through the different locations, talking about what was realistic, what wasn't. It was really fun. I really hope to catch you again sometime on gaming. Uh, I do a lot of like popping in on breaks and stuff like that. So even if I catch you for just a few minutes, I just still really enjoy doing it. Thanks for coming on in. We are we're currently doing challenge mode in Phasmophobia because I've done a reset and I want that juicy 5,000 and I think we might have like narrowed down what our ghost is. But before that, we're gonna go ahead and grab another writing book on in here and then maybe one of these. What are my objectives? Because I can grab a little bit of extra cash if I want to. Yes. How are you doing today? How's your streaming been? Ba, 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 da. All right. Ooh, it turned out my light, or did I do that? I don't remember. Uh, I might have done that, but we're gonna go ahead and check it just in case. Yeah, I am not seeing a fingerprint on here. Hasn't done my book either. Um, so unfortunately now we're just kind of waiting and seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. For anyone who was not here for my first stream, you may notice that I have the text to speech on. I do this because the uh, one second. I do this because I don't find the voice recognition to be terribly great. Sometimes it just does not like hear me. And then I also want to be able to talk on stream about what's going on. I don't want to stop and have to like repeat the same phrases over and over again uh, while you're all just kind of sitting there being bored. Streaming's been going well, taking a break today. Oh, perfect. Uh, Love it. I actually will be streaming on Thanksgiving. I am sad. I wanted to go see my family, but I am working later that day at my full-time job. So it just didn't work out. So in the morning, I'm going to be streaming. There might be a little bit of a later stream. But if you do not have anything to do, if you don't have a place to be at the time, if you want to pop on in, you are welcome to just spend it with me. Um, I've got to be really honest though. I really hope that you've got people that you can be with, and I will not be offended if I'm just sitting here by myself. All right, hasn't done that. Hasn't done that. Okay, Ghost is definitely moving around here. Perfect. Okay, so at this point, I am gonna mark off Spirit Box. It can't be a Goryo. It's possibly an Oni, although I'm very surprised it has not ghost evented. Oh, hello there. Oh, it's familiar time, everybody. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Hi there. This is Kaylee. Kaylee, please don't get me killed. I'm just standing in the ghost room for no reason. This is Kaylee. Say hi, Kaylee. If you don't want to be caught, you have to stay out of the way while I'm gaming. Yes, yes. Yes, this is Kaylee. Oh, and Sai's coming too. All right, Kaylee wants to go down. That is my first familiar. We'll see if Sai decides to jump up there. Oh, hey. Hey, how you doing? Uh, Stoner Craig is also another creator here. You should definitely take a look into their stuff. Uh, you're gonna have to forgive me because I can't tell like Fortnite apart from Apex, apart from COD, but I believe we've been playing. Uh, when I popped in your stream, you've been playing COD. Um, I've been having a couple rough matches, but hopefully your matches started getting better. Okay. So I've got. I'm fairly certain no Ghost Orb. I'm fairly certain no Spirit Box, and with the dots, I'm probably dealing with an Oni. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure when I've caught you, you've been playing COD. and dealing with some teammates that could use a little work. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and oh, cool, cool. That is really great. I love seeing everybody and their community. Thank you, everyone who is able to support streamers so that we can entertain you and being able to uh, not have to like fork out all the money for games and things like that is really great. So I'm really glad that someone was able to get that for you. Yeah. Uh, so now, folks, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna guess that I'm dealing with an Oni just because, again, I don't think I have Ghost Orb, but we'll do a real quick check and see. Yeah. Oh, hold on. And no, we're not gonna go because that is indeed a Ghost Orb. I would have been wrong. If you can't see it, it's sort of in the middle there. It's harder to see because my lights are on. Uh, so we're actually gonna have to go back in there because we are now not dealing with that. We're dealing with something else entirely. My sanity is still high, so I'm not too worried. Faye could hunt at 75 at the start of the match, but it is not the start of the match anymore. It also hasn't been doing a lot of ghost events, which makes me think that it is, or it hasn't been very active, which makes me think probably not a Faye. Ooh. Let's see. Are any of these freezing temps? The Ure is a freezing temp. The ultraviolet is a banshee, and the EMF. You know, we did see what I thought was EMF here, which would give us a Raiju. Um, sorry. I have this game, but no one would play with me because I kept getting drunk and teasing the ghosts. Aw, we should totally play sometime, either offline or on stream. If you want to give me a whisper and we can work out some details, I would totally play with you. You can be drunk, it will be fine. Um, if the ghost kills you, I'll just leave and come back in for another game. Um, I feel like I'm likely dealing with a Raiju, but I want to go in and do a last check for UV. Um, The Ure test, unfortunately, is just to sit there and watch the door and hope that it closes, and I'm not gonna do that. Um, I am gonna bring this Paramite though, because Banshees have a special ability. When you're looking at them, they can scream. So instead of getting that whisper that you'll actually get like this ungodly, blood curdling scream. So just in case we can get that, that would be another way if you can't get certain evidences that you could get a Banshee. Oh, here's a perfect time. Perfect. That was definitely a door touch. We do not have anything. Oh, rude. Where are you and where's my camera? There's my camera. Hmm. It's around here somewhere. That was really weird. That was a really hard to see ghost. Man, I wish I had caught that. Rude. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and step on out real quick. Absolutely, Stoner Craig. Do you prefer Stoner Craig, or Craig, by the way? Casper the Friendly Ghost. I love it. I love it. All right. So it's not that. Oh, I didn't get a chance to actually check for ghostwriting. We're gonna go back in one more time, folks. It did turn off my breaker, so we're gonna go ahead. Don't mind. I've been Stoner Craig ever. Okay. Okay, perfect. So to turn off my breaker, I want to go ahead and check the writing book one time, and then I'm gonna guess Raiju, and we're gonna go get into another match. Hmm. I have no idea why I came in this door. It's a little flustered after that ghost event. The breaker's actually by the front door. I will not be calling you by any rude names. You will be Stoner or Craig, whatever comes out of my mouth first. Yeah, Catherine. So you can actually set the ghost to friendly. However, when you do, your rewards drop to zero. Um, so it's not a good way to get any kind of reward, but it is a good way if you wanted to like look at dots or get like better like practice almost. I haven't done friendly ghost yet. Maybe I will check it out at some point. No writing in the book, by the way. I haven't done friendly ghost yet, but I think what it does is it just means that the ghost won't hunt. So it's a great way if you want to just either learn what certain things look like, test different things, that sort of thing. Yes, your rewards are set to zero. All right, we are going to go ahead and guess Raiju because I think EMF. So we had a confirmed on Ghost Orb. We had a confirmed on Dots. Uh, we had a confirmed not on Ultraviolet. And the reason why I can say it's confirmed not ultraviolet is because unless you set your in your custom settings, unless you set your fingerprint chance lower, it is always a default of zero of 100. So if it ever touches a door, you should see fingerprints on it. Now, don't confuse it with closing a door as part of a ghost event or um, something like that. But if it like nudges the door, it's partially moves it, you should see a fingerprint unless you set your settings lower or you're dealing with an obake because obakes can befuddle you a little bit by not leaving fingerprints. Obake is not an option, so I'm going to cross out UV. Uh, thank you, thank you. Um, The other thing, I'm going to cross out ghostwriting. It's a little bit of a risky move, but the ghostwriting book has been in that house for close to 5 or 10 minutes. If it was, the ghost hasn't moved out of that room. If it was a ghostwriting ghost, I would be shocked if it did not do ghostwriting, even though it is the tier one, which is not very good. I can't check for freezing temps, but again, on this activity monitor, I did see spikes that looked really close to 5, so I'm fairly confident in my guess. Let's see if I'm right. I do remember Casper. I am not going to go ahead and say what my age is, but I do remember Casper, and I love this. Oh, thank you, Atomic. Yes, if you're at work, if you're unable to watch the stream and you just leave me tab, that is absolutely wonderful. Any support helps. I think almost every creator along here is going to say something very similar. The fact that you even just stopped on in really brightened my day. So, Atomic, whatever you're working on, you have lots of fun. Hopefully, you can check on in. And if I don't see you now, I will see you soon. Uh, gotta love a lurk. Only place in the world, but always love a lurk. I absolutely do love a lurk as well. In fact, if you have seen me in your chat, there's anyone's chat, there's a good chance that I might be lurking after a while. I am working a full-time job. I am trying to make this streaming work as well. So I'll be editing or something. But I will absolutely lurk in your chat and throw a view your way whenever I can. Oh, and look, it happened. We actually happened to get Raiju correctly. Uh, wonderful, wonderful. That is one of three. Uh, I think we're going to go ahead and go right on back in because, again, I want that juicy 5,000, especially after my reset. I want to jump up and get a lot of stuff. And the challenge mode is a safe way to really get that 5,000 because even if I die, I just load on back in. I didn't cost me any of my stuff. Never. Absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. Yes. And if you can't leave me up in a tab, that's great too. It's all good. But I love that people are coming in and chatting. I really appreciate that too. Ooh, foggy weather. Okay. Uh, so again, I don't have my usuals. I don't have my thermo. I don't have my EMF. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the camera again and this. And no, I don't actually want this yet. Normally, I would grab the camera as one of my first things just for that early ghost photo, that early ghost event, anything like that. But because this is challenge mode and the rewards are set at 1 until you get that juicy 5,000, it doesn't really matter to me about getting that ghost photo. The photos aren't going to be enough money to warrant taking the camera first in this instance, but normally I do take the camera. Uh, and again, I'm going to enter the house uh, from this. Oh, did I put on a head cam? I did not. Okay, I need the head cam real quick. I promise I'm usually better at this game. All right, we got ourselves a head cam. Again, I'm going to enter the house from the side here, and that's because that enters straight into a breaker spot. I'm going to check for the breaker there, and then I'm going to check for the breaker um, in the same spot again, and then the final spot I believe is up in the attic. Now, challenges, sometimes the breaker is always set. It's going to be in the same spot, but until I confirm that, I'm going to go with this just to keep my movement through the house as efficient as possible. And there it is. There's my breaker instead. All right. Now that I've got myself a breaker, we're going to go ahead and move through the house. And again, we're going to look for cold breath. We're going to look for things that are out of place. We are going to see if we can't catch an early ghost orb, maybe. And as I go through, I am once again going to be turning on lights to protect my sanity. Um, for again, those who are coming back to Phasmo, those who are new to it, the sanity is what determines if the ghost can hunt. Most ghosts can hunt at 50 or below. And with the new lighting system, as long as the main light of the room that you're in is on, you should not be dropping sanity. Oh, that was either my actual phone making noise or that was the ghost ringing a phone. Hi there. Hi, Pyro. Hello. Come on in. It is definitely good to see you. I don't know that I've gotten a chance to check out your stream. Do you stream, Pyro? And the ghost has turned out my breaker. Interesting. Oh, yes, perfect. Pyro, I can't wait to check in on you. I do check in between breaks. I do take a look at other people's streams. I really appreciate anyone coming into my stream, and I really want to give that back. So I cannot wait to check it out. What do you usually play? Ba, ba, ba. I know this is a little bit boring, folks, but we're. Oh yes. Oh, I love Warframe. I absolutely do love Warframe. And you were talking about God of War, and I think Killian's chat the other day too. Oh man. Okay. Next time you're on, I am definitely gonna try and catch you. So I did hear a phone go off somewhere around here. So I'm going to kind of focus around here and see if I can't locate the ghost in here. I know that it was a vibrate, so it should be a cell phone. I didn't actually know there were cell phones on Grafton. It might have actually been my actual phone that I heard, you know. Um, it is cold enough now in rooms that as soon as I enter the ghost room, I should be able to see something. Oh man. Perfect. Anyway, Pyro, we are just doing the weekly challenge. It is one that has some of the evidences removed. I actually happen to be able to get most of them. Uh, and we're just currently trying to find the ghost. I think I got bamboozled a little bit there because I think my actual phone vibrated and I thought it was a game phone for a second. It would be very nice if this ghosty would show itself. Because we are currently in the dark here. We are not sure where it is or what it is doing. Not seeing it there. What is your I know it's not Phasmo related, but what is your favorite Warframe? Mine happens to be the Nova. I absolutely love her to death. Start with the mag, sticking with the mag. All right, the classics. I did pick up the Titania recently and absolutely love her. I'm not effective, I'm not useful, but I love flying around as a little fairy of death. Okay, this ghost is being really shy. Uh, I am. I would really like to have a ghost now. Uh, I I do believe this is a door to the outside. Yeah, this is a door to the outside. Ba-ba-ba. uh, oh, did they actually finish the rework? Awesome. I have not been on in a while. I have a cousin who loves to play, and my poor cousin has been waiting for me to come play with him, and I have been just absolutely way too busy. I find it really odd that I have not seen my breath yet. I don't know if I'm just not finding the right room or. Oh. Oh, look, we have a fingerprint here. Okay, so I've been wandering around the wrong room for like forever. Uh, yes, I'm busy streaming. Okay, that's amazing. We found a fingerprint. We probably have our ghost here. It did turn off the breaker, and it looks like it turned off a light, which can be interesting. Let's go ahead and just do a little of this. I haven't seen my breath yet, though. I'm wondering if it's actually this room, or maybe it's this bathroom. So, when you are dealing with a ghost, it can roam, and so when you find evidence of the ghost, you definitely want to look not only in the room that you're currently in, but in the rooms around it. Um, the other thing is, it could be. I mean, it could be this kitchen. I don't think so. It could also be this study, because the study is very close. It's just separated by this wall here. And what I'm looking for right now is did you miss I absolutely did miss anything that is Warframe based. I might be in trouble here, folks. Okay, good. That was just a ghost event. Whew, I wasn't sure. Okay. There. Ooh, was that my breath from outside or is it my breath here? I think it's my breath here. Okay. You, Ghost, are being you are being a wonderful, wonderful show of being a very difficult to find ghost, and I love it. We'll go ahead and do a spirit box again. It just hit the locker, which is fun. Perfect, very fun. And then chat, thank you, thank you. I am sorry if I miss any of your messages. I'm currently really trying to figure out this ghost here, and it is being confusing. Uh, Thank you, Atomic, for still lurking. Yeah, you keep lurking. If you want to tell us what you're working on, I'd love to hear about it too, especially if it's anything like stream or game related. My sanity is still fairly high, which means I'm safe. I should be doing just fine here. And let's get some of our other evidences on in. We're going to go ahead and remember to mark UV, and we're also going to cross off Jin. So just a quick reminder, the beginning of the match, we had them turn off the breaker, which is something that the Jin cannot do ever. The fact that it has not turned off the breaker, or it has turned off the breaker, means I can roll out Jin. I can't roll out something like a demon yet because I'm actually still above 70, and it's a very rare chance for that demon to hunt. It has turned. Nope, my breaker is still on. My light, perfect. For those of you who are wondering what that was, uh, Miss Willowitch forgot that you have to hit F and not G. And you can also place the dots now, like that. Ah, hello there. Um, so I love that I've got a ghost event here. I'm gonna see if I can grab my spirit box and try it one more time. Um, I didn't want to run into that ghost because I don't want to lose sanity. Whenever a ghost touches you during a ghost event is when you lose your sanity. Uh, Unless you're dealing with a phantom, which you lose sanity for looking at them. Okay. These dots. Let me stand here and kind of hold the dots again, and we'll see if we can get another uh, special walk towards us. No. Okay. Uh, so placing dots can be really tricky, especially these low level dots. You have to really be wise about where you put them because, like, see, this is blocking them. There you go. Um, just because you need as wide as an angle and you need to be able to see them. I've had dots down before that are technically functioning, but because like the way that they're angled, I just never actually see the ghost. And oh, and that's a ghost orb right there. Let's see if we can see it again. There it is. Okay, perfect. I'm loving it. We're seeing ghost orbs as well. This is actually a really great challenge mode, by the way. If you haven't done it yet, or if you're thinking about jumping on and playing, it's going to be hopefully a pretty easy 5,000. They actually give you most of the evidences, so now it's down to kind of like what your knowledge is on the last couple evidences. And it's turned off my breaker, which is not a problem. I am going to run to the truck though because I want to go ahead and check my sanity real quick. While I'm checking my sanity, I'm gonna open up my journal and we're gonna see what we might be able to do. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine, not a phantom, nothing like that. Still at 80%. Let's take a look at our journal. Um, so if we had dots, we'd be dealing with a banshee. So we can go ahead and kind of keep an eye on that. That's not the best angle. I'll probably go and change that. But we can keep an eye on that while we're kind of talking. If we get ghostwriting, it can't be ghostwriting. It can be freezing temps, and it can be an EMF. Hmm. So the best case scenario would be that we get dots. Uh, uh, I'm gonna guess it's probably not gonna do that, but that would be the best case scenario. The next thing would be to see an Obake handprint. Um, that would be an easy way to tell an obake. For those of you who don't know, an obake handprint, they have a chance to do a special one where they do 6 fingers instead of 5. There's a really good example clipped on my channel and as well as in the live stream. Um, I don't know if we're going to be seeing an obake though. I think we are going to go back in there. Um, I can also grab my paramic and I can start listening to the ghost and see if I get that banshee scream. Um, I can be looking for the Abake. The Hantu is going to be the tricky one here because it's going to be freezing temps, which I cannot get. I do not have a thermo. Um, and the best way to tell an Obake is to get it to hunt and see if it is slow, but I don't have smudge sticks, meaning a hunt's going to be very difficult. So what I think I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and rule out the Banshee and the Obake, and then go for the hunt too if that's what I can do. We'll grab that. We're going to grab another one of these, and we're going to kind of point them at places it can touch. What do you think it is? Does anyone have an idea what they think it might be? Hmm, this is not a hiding spot. Okay. The other thing going to be a Hantu. I am actually feeling Hantu here, but we're gonna see if we can figure that out. The other thing to note with an Obake is they can also do a special fingerprint on the light, and that is 2 fingers. Thank you. No, not thank you. Bad ghost. So that did just ghost event me. It would have dropped my. Ooh, we gotta run to the truck. Um, that did just ghost event me. It could drop my sanity. It should have dropped it by 10%, again, putting me well within safe range. However, there is a chance to check for um, a Banshee using the sanity system as well. Probably not a Banshee. Um, so, oh, actually, that might be. No, not a Banshee. Okay. Let me explain why. Uh, a Banshee, when it touches its target during a ghost event, it drains that sanity by 15% instead of 10. The reason I ran out to the truck is I knew I was at 80. I had just checked it. I was going to look at what I'm dealing with. I lost a little bit of sanity for being in the dark there, but it looks to me like I am hovering around 70 still. Um, it would be nice if I was at 65, I should be seeing like a 63, a 62. Um, but I'm seeing 70, a little bit higher than 70 around there. So I'm fairly certain I'm not dealing with a banshee, but I'm going to paramike it anyway. Uh, and then we're going to keep looking for that obake. I also, hemoglobin, I absolutely do think that it might be. Oh, I think that was a light turnout, so stop it. Yes, you are wonderful, and I wish I knew where my camera was. So we're just going to go ahead and back on out. I'm backing out just because I don't want to accidentally get hit by that. That was a singing ghost event, so let's see if we can. I love how active this ghost is being, though. There are more fingers on the locker. All right, that is a normal handprint. Thank you, Hemoglobin. Thank you. We're also going to keep an eye on our dots here. Uh, I know, right? We're just going to keep looking. We're going to see what we can do. That's part of this challenge here is to be able to eliminate things using outside knowledge, which is why I'm actually really loving it. It definitely gives me a chance to show off my knowledge, and hopefully you are learning stuff. And if you're not and you're just enjoying, that's absolutely okay too. That is one finger again. I do not remember the exact probability. I want to say it is a 1 in 6 chance on the special fingerprints. So if we get another probably 3 or 4 and I don't see a special handprint or fingerprint, I'm going to be fairly confident in ruling out the Abake. I've been wrong before, but I'm being confident. You, my friendly ghost, are being very difficult. Oh. Now that is something that I did not know. I don't think so. Unless it did the rare ability to not leave a fingerprint. I'm looking at the door and I am not seeing it. Um, that's something, Eoben, I think I will go ahead and do a little research on. I think you're probably right, and I don't know if I just missed it, or the Abake does have the rare ability to leave. That's another one of those. Okay. Uh, okay, that probably hit me. That was really close, putting me really close to the danger zone. We are going to listen here just a little bit longer, and then I'm probably going to say haunt too. That was a locker touch, I think. Oh, you were telling me about that the other day. That is, I am so sorry that you had to deal with that. Uh, the ghosts in here are hopefully a lot less rude than that. Whew. So, folks, while that jump scare was a little scary, it turned out my light before it closed that door, meaning that I was most likely dealing with a ghost event. I was also able to look at the door and it was not locked. So I was safe there. However, I'm fairly certain now I am in that 50% range and I am huntable. I think hemoglobin, this ghost I think this ghost is probably very tired of me being in its house. It's had a long day. Yep, I am in the hunt range now. Okay, so folks, um, we were there for a while. We did not see dots. We didn't get a scream on the paramic. We also didn't get any paramic, which was a little sad. We also didn't see any special Obake handprints, and it turned off my breaker. Hantus among the ghosts are more likely to turn off a breaker. It's not a solid piece of evidence. It is not something that you should ever get your breaker turned off once and run out to the truck. But looking at this ghost and how much it's been doing, how it's turned off my breaker so much, um, combined with the fact that I didn't see any special handprints and the Banshee did not drop my sanity by 15%, I'm going to guess Haunt 2 and we're going to see if I'm correct. Ba, bum, 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 bum. Wonderful. There we are. And just like that, we had ourselves a Haunt 2. And I'm 2 points away from level 8. Wonderful. All right, we're going to go in for hopefully the third and last time. We will see. True, one story, one Halloween, we left to trick or treat. Our live in babysitter locked the door as me and my dad left after we finished realizing he forgot his keys. My live in babysitter caught a train back to her town, so we were locked out. My dad banged on the door crying, and the door unlocked his. Atomic, you just have a lot of supernatural activity around you. Uh, at least there, it looks like you would maybe have a guardian angel over your shoulder. Doo-doo-doo. That is absolutely true. Any ghost would freak me out if I ran into one, definitely. The fictional ones here are doing a good job of freaking me out there too. For those of you who again haven't heard me talk about this before, um, I do have a lot of technical knowledge about this game. I do enjoy playing it a lot. My play style does tend to be on the safer side because to me the really important thing is finding my ghost, getting the investigation right, going for the perfect investigation. Hunts are something that I do not like to deal with unless I actually want them. So when we get into that kind of hunt range, yeah, it starts to stress me just a little bit. That being said, there are times where I will be hunted, whether or not I want to be, and there will be times where I actually want to hunt. So you will see a hunt on my channel at some point. Let's see. So not dealing with a breaker right there. And I think I forgot a head cam again. So this is going to be very fun. I'm glad that I have my camera to help me see where I am going. Am I from? Where are you from? American, yes. No worries, Atomic. I do not mind you asking. I am going to keep the specifics of where I am to myself, at least until I am more comfortable. I am American, though. I'm looking for a breaker here. I am American, and I've actually lived all around the country here, so you might hear me tell a story from. I think I've lived in 6 or 7 states at this point. Canadian, oh, I would love to come see Canada sometime. Um, it is on my list of things to do. Uh, have I gone the wrong way? I am looking for the breaker, and I accidentally did not bring a head cam, so I'm kind of navigating by. There we go. Uh, so now that my breaker is on, I can start turning on lights. Again, I did that really efficient movement through the house, starting in one end, going to the other, all the way to the breaker. Now I'm going to start looking for signs of a ghost. Getting a ghost orb would be really awesome right now, as just a real quick, easy way. And are there any ghosties in here? Ghosty, ghosty, ghosties? Folks, I just realized I did not have my audio on. Have you been able to hear my game the whole time? I haven't noticed either. Well, my game audio is now on, so hopefully you can hear it. There probably was a time. I'm glad everyone didn't notice, but my game audio is now on, so you can now be startled with me. Uh, you, I am so sorry about that. No worry, Pyro. I've said it a couple times on here always. If you are just in here lurking, I appreciate it. I thank you for the view. I thank you for stopping by. Um, yeah, just whatever you want to do to support me, I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I'm hoping I can catch you sometime playing Warframe. That will be a lot of fun. Um, I've been watching a lot of people, and uh, a lot of people are playing games that I actually don't know, so it'll be fun to watch a game that I know something about. Yeah, Atomic, what Warframe did you play? Let's see if I can find a ghosty while we're doing that. The what? Oh, okay. Uh, I think that's Hydro. He actually. Oh, folks. Oh, wonderful. Yes, that should be Hydro. We're gonna go ahead and turn on this light here real quick, and I'm gonna explain why I'm so excited all of a sudden. So I just opened this door, and I found this light on, which I did not turn on. I'm actually very careful when it comes to these sorts of things to only turn on lights exactly as I want. This is not one of the lights that I tend to turn on, which means that the ghost turned this light on and is in this area somewhere. Now that I'm in this room, I'm actually seeing my breath as well. So we're gonna throw down our stuff and well, first we're gonna check for ghost orbs, and then we're gonna throw down my stuff. And there we have it. Our third ghost orb of the night, or morning for me. Wonderful, wonderful. And it, ooh, there we are. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you for the sigh. I enjoyed it entirely. Let's get the hell out of here. Do 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 do. Uh, so sorry about that. I also jump scared. I was hoping that the ghost had just turned off the lights so that I could check for fingerprints. That is a. I've got a couple things that I'm gonna go over uh, as soon as I get in the truck. Okay. Uh, so there is a couple things that, excuse me. There's a couple things for me to go over. The ghost just did a couple things that's really awesome. First thing, I'm going to go ahead and mark some dots, some ghost orbs here. The second thing is it turned on a light. And there is a ghost that cannot. Ooh, I think I just got another. Oh, hello there. Welcome in. Welcome in, Michelle. Is it Michelle? How do you prefer to be called? Welcome on in. Thank you for coming on in. I did catch you earlier, and you were having a ton of fun too. I really wanted to stick around, but I had to go get to my own stream. Come on in. How did your stream go? So, folks, the ghost turned on a light, and there's one ghost that cannot ever do that, and that is the mayor. So the fact that the mayor turned on the light, I can eliminate my mayor. I'm glad that your stream went well. You were almost about finished your challenge when I had to leave you. Did you jump into like more like professional or like what you do afterwards? Um, I could also eliminate the Oni because I'm fairly certain that Sai was a ghost ball, but I didn't actually see it. And it also can't be an Oni at this point. Let's go ahead and grab our stuff. And likely not dealing with a Banshee either. I'm at about 75. I probably lost. Well, actually, I might be dealing with Banshee. I probably lost about 10% looking for stuff, which would have put me at 90. And now that I'm around 75, I actually could be dealing with a Banshee. Let's bring our dots on in here and see what we can find. Wonderful. Did you have any like really interesting ghost event or anything? Again, folks, Michelle here is another content creator. I caught her stream earlier. She was playing Phasmo as well. So definitely, if you are enjoying Phasmo, like Phasmo, and want more people to watch, there's another easy follow right there. Let's see. See if we can get our special event. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it touched this door, and it did not leave any fingerprints. Okay. This is... also, folks, you may have seen me move this door back out here, and this is just so that I know where this... Are you ghost eventing me, or did you turn off the thing? Okay. I moved this door, and it's so that if I leave the house and I come back, I'll know to check it because it's been moved again. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. I've watched a lot of streamers over the years. That was me moving the door, by the way. That just happens sometimes with the text-to-speech. I've watched a lot of streamers over the years. I definitely... I'm also, this is sort of how I learn, is I watch a lot of people, I pick up a lot of like random information. That's how I know so much about Phasmo. And then I really sort of implement it as best that I can. But I really appreciate that. I may not appear to be nervous right now, but I'm actually like edge of my seat nervous. So thank you. If you didn't catch that, that was a spirit box. That I just did. I caught it, just the tail end of it right at the end there. I did turn it off immediately, only because I am potentially dealing with a yokai, and I don't want to be hunted. And I'll explain that in a second. It is loving this door. Hello there. At this point, I'm going to mark off UV, which it couldn't have been UV anyway. Can it be ghost riding? No. Can it be freezing? Yes. Okay, perfect. At this point now, all I need to do is I need to look for Dot. And hello. Hello, Dots. Thank you. You are so kind, Ghost. I absolutely adore you. You are a yokai, the thing that could murder me right now, so I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You've been a wonderful host, but I'm gonna leave you in peace. And off we go. Whew. Thank you, Craig. I have to say, on stream, I have had so many wonderful moments. I also can't wait to clip that one. I had a moment in my first stream where I picked up the cross and said something like, I've got to get this in the room immediately. And then it caught on fire right away. Um, Getting dots right there was amazing. I am dealing with a yokai. Um, I mentioned earlier there's one ghost here that could hunt me, and I'm worried about it, and that is the yokai. Um, Hammer. Oh, what? That clip? Oh, perfect. I will take a look at that clip potentially off of the stream. Um, so when I was looking at my book there, yokai was a possibility. Yokai are they're kind of funny because they're kind of a ghost that has difficulty hearing you. So during the middle of a hunt, um, they can't hear you for a long way. Uh, yes, oh, thank you. Um, I do, when I get startled, I don't react quite as much as maybe other people. Um, and that part of it is because I want to be really real and genuine. Like I could jump and scream and yell, but that wouldn't be real. And I want to be real with you. You will catch me sometimes. There are times where it really throws me off. It has a lot more to do with how in danger I am. So again, if I know that I'm fairly high in my sanity, I know I'm not in danger. It's just like a jump scare. The times I get really scared is when I know that I could be hunted and then things start happening. So a yokai, it's a hard of hearing ghost. When it is hunting you, it it can't see your flashlight from very far away. It cannot hear you from very far away. So there are a couple tests you can do around hunting where you turn on like your flashlight and see if the yokai comes to you. The other side of that is, uh, since it has difficulty hearing, when you do talk next to it, you can startle it, you can scare it, and then it hunts out of aggression. Um, in game terms, what this means is that I think it's 70, it might be 75, but I think it's 70. Starting at 70, if you use your mic near the ghost, if you click so that you can talk to somebody using the in game thing, if you do the spirit box, it has a high percentage chance to start hunting at that point because you essentially startled it and it's going to come get you. That is another way to test for yokai. If I had a crucifix, I would run in there with the crucifix, throw it down, and just basically start yelling at the ghost until it burned the crucifix. All right, I think this will be our final game for the challenge. Here we are. Michelle, do you have like a YouTube or anything? Do you put your streams on YouTube? If we wanted to catch you, would we just go back to your page and watch your last vid? Fair enough. Fair enough, Craig. Fair enough. No worries. I do want to try and get a chance to go back and see some of your your earlier games that I missed. So I'll try and head over there. I do have to work today, but maybe I'll be able to get it tonight. Oh, and look. Oh, look at all my levels. I got my crucifix. I got my salt going. 5,000 XP right now is really, really good. It's gonna just keep going. Let's get that out of my way. I started at 7. I'm curious to see where I stop. Pyro, absolutely. Um, Now, because I would have just done a crucifix, it's not quite Leroy because I would be fairly safe, but it could hunt just like right on the border of the crucifix, and I would earn that death, and I would wear it as a badge of honor. 13. There it is. Again, a perfect example of if you're getting into this game, just jump on into the challenges. Um, they they don't cost you anything if you die. They they won't take away any of your stuff. But starting at like a low level, I just jumped up so many levels there in 3 games. I'm not sure there's another difficulty that could have really done that faster. Um, Besides doing something like a one hunt strategy, which I just don't tend to like. All right, folks, we did our challenges.